Hey dolls, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Darrell, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you how I get my favourite go-to makeup look. Starting off with some skin prep, I'm going to be using the Urban Decay Quick Fix spray. Next, I'm going to be using the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. And I generally like to use this as a moisturiser. To get that healthy glowing within look, I love using the MAC Strobe Cream in the shade Gold Light. Now for foundation, I'm going to be using the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation in the shade Honey Bronze, which is one of my OG foundations. Absolutely love this foundation so much. The way that the MAC Strobe Cream and this foundation pair together is just one of my favourite combinations. For cream contour, I'm using the Too Faced Multi-Use Concealer in the shade Toffee. And now I'm going to start contouring my cheeks, forehead and underneath my jaw to give a nice sculpted look that I absolutely love. And I actually haven't used this cream contour in a really long time, and I really did fall back in love with it again. I used to use this all the time. It's a really nice honey bronze colour. Now to highlight, I'm using the same concealer but in the shade Warm Beige. And this concealer right here, I've used it on my channel before. I use it pretty much every day. It's one of my favourite concealers ever. And again, using my Morphe sponge to blend that out. I used to use beauty blenders a lot of the time, but I just find with a beauty blender it sucks up so much of your product. I mean, the Morphe sponge is still a sponge, it is going to soak up some of the product, but not nearly as much as the beauty blender does. To set my face, yes, I'm using my favourite powder, I think the best powder ever, which is the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Instant Retouch Setting Powder in the shade Banana. If you want a baby smooth, velvet, silky airbrush look, then you need this powder. Like, what are you guys doing? For bronzer and contour, I'm using my favourite contour kit, which is the KKW Powder Contour and Highlight Palette in medium. Again, every time I do my makeup, I always use this contour kit. It is very pricey, let me tell you, but the pans are huge and I've had it for years now and I haven't even hit pan. The formula is very creamy and easy to blend out, and it just looks amazing on the skin. Now I'm taking some more of that Fenty powder and just carving out my cheeks. For brows, I'm using the Benefit My Precise Brow in the shade 4.5. Now for eyeshadow, I cannot say enough good things about this eyeshadow. It is probably my favourite eyeshadow right now. It is the Huda Beauty Topaz Obsession palette. For my transition colour, I'm using the first shade in the palette, which is a really nice warm custard shade. Next, I'm going to use this really nice deep orange shade, and I'm just going to apply that and blend it out in my crease. To add more definition, I'm using the red shade in the palette, and once again I'm concentrating that in the crease. Now we're going to smoke that out using the dark brown plum shade in the palette and using a more precise blending brush to blend that out in my crease. Next, I'm going to take some concealer and start carving out my halo eye. Now I'm going to take this beautiful orange shimmer shade and start applying that on my lid. And I like to mix it with this gold shimmer shade, which makes the perfect combination of a bronzy golden shade, which I just love. Now on a small detail brush, I'm taking that same brown plum shade and I'm going to smoke out the outer corners of my halo eye. Now I'm going to add my favourite liquid eyeshadow shade, which is the MAC Dazzle in the shade Blinking Brilliant. Now I'm taking some more of that warm orange shade and smoking out my waterline with it. And as always, I'm using the Rimmel Nude Eye Pencil on my waterline. For mascara, I'm using the Benefit Roller Lash. Probably my favourite mascara. It just does the job without fail every time. For my inner corner, I'm using that gold shimmer shade, and for lashes, I'm using you guessed it, the Tati Lashes in TL3. Now I'm using my favourite face powder, which is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder in the shade number 2. And for the only blush I use these days, which is the NARS blush in the shade Liberate. For highlighter, I'm using one of my favourites, which is the Makeup Forever Pro Light Fusion highlighter in shade 2, which is the golden shade. One of the most creamiest pigmented highlighters I've ever used, for sure. I'm setting my face with the Continuous Mist by Morphe. Now for lip combo, this is pretty much the only lip combo I've been using for the longest time, and that is the Huda Beauty lip contour in the shade Spice Girl. And I'm using the smoothest lipstick there is, which is the Huda Beauty Power Bullet in the shade Board Meeting. And that, dolls, is my go-to look. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe to my channel. And I will see you in the next one.